Dear students, now we are going to discuss incidence matrix and reduced incidence matrix in detail. Incident matrix is a matrix which gives the complete information about the oriented graph in network analysis. Here the complete information means which branches incident on which nodes and the orientation, that is the direction of the current flow of the branches at that particular node. Okay, so here this incident matrix is applicable only for the oriented graph. Okay, so there are two types of incident matrix available. One is complete incident matrix, the next one is reduced incident matrix. The complete incident matrix is denoted as capital A with the suffix small a. The small a represents all complete information. Okay, the next one is reduced incidence matrix. Let's discuss one by one in detail here. Complete incident matrix. It is a mathematical model to represent the oriented graph with all the relevant information about the branches and its orientation at the nodes. Okay. The complete incidence matrix is given as capital A with the small a is equal to Aij with the order n cross b. Here n represents the number of rows and each row corresponds to a node of the given network. And b represents the number of columns, each column represents the branch, and the matrix is a rectangular matrix. The matrix elements of the incidence matrix are given here. Aij value is equal to 1. That means the jth branch leaves the ith node. So here consider this is the ith node. If the branch is leaving from this ith node, then we can say its value is plus 1. Aij is equal to minus 1 if the jth branch enters the ith node. So here you can see that orientation here. The branch is entering to this node. That means the branch incident on this node and its current flow towards this node. Here the current flow is away from the node. Do you all understand? So if the branch leaves the node, then we can say its value is 1. If the branch enters the node, we can say its value is minus 1. Aij is equal to 0. That means jth branch is not incident on that ith node. Do you all understand? If there is no connection between that branch and that node, then we can simply put 0. So next we can consider the oriented graph with 4 nodes A, B, C and D and 6 branches 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For this oriented graph, we are going to find the complete incidence matrix. Here, the row can be represented by the node and column can be represented by the branch. So consider A, B, C, D here and branches like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First we can consider the node A. At that node, the first branch is entering. So if the branch enters the node means its value is what? Minus 1. Okay, so here first branch enters the 8th node, then we can say its value is minus 1. So at this node, the second branch is leaving. Correct? It is moving away from this node. So we can put that value as plus 1. Similarly, we can take this third branch which is leaving from this 8th node. So we can say its value is plus 1. The remaining branches like 4, 5, 6, these 3 are not having any connection with this A node. We can simply put 0, 0, 0. Next we can consider B node. At this node, we can take this first branch. There is no connection between this first branch and this B node. We can simply put 0. Then we can take the second branch. It is entering into this B node. So we can put simply minus 1. For the third, there is no connection. So we can put 0. Fourth branch, that is entering into this B node. We can simply put minus 1. Fifth node is leaving from that node, that is plus 1, and there is no connection between this sixth branch and this B node. We can put 0. Then we can take C node. At this node there is no connection from this first branch and then second branch. So we can put 0, 0. Third branch is entering to this C node -1. Fourth 1. Okay, it is leaving from the C node. We can put +1. And fifth node there is no connection, and sixth node its value is +1 because it is leaving. Similarly, we can get the values for this D node. So here the branch is leaving, so it is +1. There is no connection between the second node, third node and fourth node. So we can mention that values as 0, 0, 0. And fifth and sixth both are entering into this B node. Simply we can put -1. So we can take these values as the complete incidence matrix like this. Do you all understand this? Okay. So from this incidence matrix, we can define certain properties of this complete incidence matrix. The first one is the sum of the elements in any column is 0. If we are going to add all the elements in this column, then we can get simply 0. Okay. The sum of the elements in any column is 0. The row with all zeros represents an isolated node. Okay, so if the entire row is 0 means it is called as isolated node. The rank of this matrix is simply n minus 1. N represents the number of nodes. Okay. The next property is the determinant of complete incidence matrix is always 0. Since every branch is incident on exactly 2 nodes, because we know that branch is nothing but the line segment between 2 nodes, correct? So every branch is incident on exactly 2 nodes. Each column has 2 non-zero elements. Do you all understand? So each column has 2 non-zero elements. The number of non-zero values in each row is equal to the degree of the respective node. Degree means what? The number of branches incident on that node. Okay, that is called as degree. Okay. The last one is parallel branches in a graph produce identical columns in the incidence matrix. If the branches are in parallel means we can simply have identical columns in that incidence matrix. Okay. These are the various properties of this complete incidence matrix. So there is one more matrix, that is reduced incidence matrix. This can be obtained by eliminating one row from the complete incidence matrix. Okay, that's why it is called as reduced incidence matrix. When any one row is eliminated from the complete incidence matrix, then the remaining matrix is called as reduced incidence matrix. Simply incidence matrix. It is denoted as capital A. It is in the order of n minus 1 into B because we are going to eliminate one row. Row represents node, correct? Here n represents the number of nodes. If we are going to eliminate one row means we can take that order as n minus 1 into B. B represents the number of branches. Okay. So the next one is the reduced incidence matrix can be written by taking Twig matrix first and then the link matrix. As you all know that Twig matrix means what? Twig means connected branches in a tree. Twig matrix is a square matrix of n minus 1 into n minus 1. Link matrix is in the order of n minus 1 and B minus n plus 1. Okay. So next, this reduced incidence matrix can be obtained by eliminating the row. The same row can be retained by taking that negative sum of all the rows. Okay. If one row is not known in the complete incidence matrix, then it can be found using negative sum of all the rows. It is very, very important because we are going to use this concept in problems. Okay. Finally, the number of possible trees of a oriented graph can be calculated using this reduced incidence matrix by using that formula determinant of A into A transpose. Okay, so we can Find out the number of possible trees from the oriented graph using this formula. So we are going to solve some problems in this incidence matrix, okay, in the next video lecture.